How do you sleep at night? On a mattress and Mattress Firm. So I sleep.
Right now, get a Tempur-Pedic for only $49 a month with no interest. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night.
Superman.
Miss Lane.
Recently, he's come under a lot of fire for what sounds like it's a lot.
I stopped the war.
You seemingly acting as a representative of the United States
What's up? Just watching a little Stanley Cup Finals hockey. 2-0. 2-0. The Florida Panthers in Edmonton. Series tied 2-2. So it's about halfway through the second period. And we got some old schoolers in here. TV's a little loud. Hold on. All right, we're back. I am still sniffing, to be honest with you. No sore throat, no headaches. Just sniffing. Must be allergies, and I don't have allergies, but I am the ruler of LA. Kip Smith in the house. Welcome aboard the Earlverse. We'll do about a 45-minute stream tonight. I've got to get ready for the Brian Holtzman show at the Comedy Store. It's literally just about 8 old white dudes. So it'll be interesting to see how the crowd is. I was out there with the protesters. Buffy, can you cover the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit? I don't know what that means. 100% Kip Smith, but I'm going to try and stick to the landing. Because Holtzman is going on last tonight, so I might actually go on. You looking hella cute today, gang. Well, thank you. Skin's looking good. So, sorry, Buffy, I don't get that reference. But I'm an old white guy, so... Uh-oh. Whoa. Florida, you could definitely tell the day less off is affecting both teams. I mean, Edmonton to Florida, that's a far, far flight. Might be one of the farthest flights you can make from U.S. to Canada. I mean, Florida is the corner of the East Coast. Edmonton is the corner of Canada and the West Coast, and it's kind of deep up there. Van Hagar, nothing wrong with Van Hagar. I like both eras, to be honest with you. I think my favorite Van Hagar song is probably How Do You Know When It's Love? How do you know when it's love? I can't tell you, but it lasts forever. How does it feel when it's love? It's it's been a minute. I don't know all the words to that song. Alone Fitness. I am a AEW guy, so but I mean, obviously, I go with The Rock. Now, if you're talking a storyline, it makes no sense for The Rock to win because he's a part-time wrestler. He's not even a part-time wrestler, but um, and I saw that Kevin and Felicia are, we can talk about the Dabbleverse in here. I just try to avoid it, but I don't. I think Felicia's funny, but I mean, Kevin usually wins in these battles. What up, SCVID show? John Moxley. John Moxley. He sent Pat to. Oh, is Kevin live right now? Uh-oh. I'm going up against Kevin Brennan. Watch out. West Hollywood does not have a curfew. David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth, absolutely. Uh-oh. Kevin's like, don't tell him. I don't want to get sniped. I don't participate in that activity. Well, we're going to have to get some bots. And I still have no idea how that happened, although the great William Zoom told me that it was probably bots. I mean, it makes sense. At the peak, we had 700 and only 37 likes. But, I listen to a lot of shows, and I don't hit the like button every time, so, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you'd think there'd be probably 100 to 200 likes. I'm AEW. I'm on a stream, Seema.
You what?
I'm on a YouTube thing.
Oh, okay. Do you want a piece of cheesecake?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. See, that's my neighbor, the best neighbor in the world. I mean, it was weird that, I was about to end the stream with about 50 minutes into the stream. There's maybe 20 people in here. And I look up, I think I looked at the TV and I looked up and all of a sudden there was 450 people in there. And then I looked up, or I looked at the TV again, and then it was at like 700. So, I don't know. I mean, I would think I wouldn't get that bump at 4 a.m, but, I mean, it might have been, I think you told me, SC, that I might have been put on YouTube's homepage, which, at 4 a.m, although I'm sure there's thousands of people streaming, there's less people streaming. So I don't know. All right, see you later, Dominic. No, I'm not getting involved in that shit. Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. Who would win in a drag race? Vince Neil or like an actual drag race? Well, I think Vince Neil's into that racing stuff, so I'll go Vince Neil. But David Lee Roth is in better shape. I'm going to get a throat thing. I'm being a little scratchy. Sorry, I had to hydrate myself. Not all. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know what caused that burst of people watching, but I'm glad it happened. One thing, yeah, that's true. So I'll keep the vertical streams going. I've never really had a big stream on the iMac, and not had like a big one on horizontal. So thank you, TB. Thank you. I never get sick, but I think in LA, Invasion of Your Privacy turned 40, Predator turned 38. Invasion of Your Privacy, great song, or a great album. But you might say Rat went downhill almost from album to album. I mean, there's some great songs on Invasion of Your Privacy, but maybe not quite as strong as Out of the Cellar, and then the third album. Good songs, maybe not quite as strong as Invasion of Your Privacy. And then by the time they hit Detonator, that was when Rat was kind of selling out, just trying to get Desmond Child to make them sound like Bon Jovi. Which he did. But that's not really the Rat sound, so... but I still like Rat's Greatest Hits album. Really not a bad song on it, to be frank. What's up? What's up? We got some new people in here. Yeah, the EP, the Rat EP might be their best album. Kurt Perkins was in here the other night. Minus, what's up? I don't know what UNC means. Hey, if you're, I see a couple new people in here. Hit the like and subscribe button. What Rat y'all talking about? Rat. What up, Sean Quinn? That's not the Sean Quinn I know from comedy, is it? Sorry, Minus. I'm old. I don't get the young references that you kids have. Missing persons. I saw Dale Bozio last week at the Hollywood show. She looked a little rough, so I didn't want to have a bad experience. Missing persons was basically Dale Bozio with Frank Zappa's backing band. So, a great band musically. They don't get the credit for the actual music, but go check out Missing Persons at the US Festival. Well, Tommy, that's quite a visual. Thank you, Rhino, for the kind words. I don't really do people's podcasts anymore just because I don't get anything out of it. I'm sick of building other people's streams or podcasts, and I love O'Neill and DeWitt, Danish as well. But they do the podcast at All Things Comedy, which is in Burbank, and that's 45-minute drive for me, no traffic, usually traffic. So it's about an hour each way. The podcast is an hour. So that's 3 fucking hours out of my life, and I'm not making $1. Now 5-10 years ago I didn't mind. Now I mind. So, oh, they got. Oh, okay. See, that's how little I pay attention. Um, Pert Perkins. I think Pert is more of a voyeur. Whoa. I don't. I don't have guests on my podcast or my stream, whatever you want to call it. Message held for review. These are always fun. I have not, Earth sucks. Thankfully not. Yes, I am on the Brian Holtzman show at the Comedy Store. Yeah, I don't do guests. I'd rather just be on my own, talk to you guys for, 30 minutes to an hour. Well, apparently Atlanta's going to get another crack at the NHL. I mean, 3 times ain't the charm for hockey in Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta is, to put it mildly, it's an urban city. So, what up, Connie Langus? Oh, I'm sure they were, TB. I'm sure they were. No, it's all good, Kip Smith. Thoughts on Karen Reed? I don't know who that is. It is absolutely bonkers. How much for tickets tonight? Free if, you DM me on Instagram. Should be a good show. I mean, it's a good lineup. It's me, Jason Galern, Holtzman closing it out. A couple other people. So, no, I think Holtzman's closing the show out. It's his show. It's Brian Holtzman and Friends. Yeah, I mean, Dale looked a little rough when I saw her last Saturday, but, I did own an Atari as a kid. I owned an Intellivision. I owned, I think, 1030. It's the 1030 show main room. I had every video game system you can imagine. I had, what was the Magnavox video game? Odyssey. Intellivision. I had ColecoVision. I mean, I was a big gamer. Yes, Holtzman is the real deal. Yeah, I mean, she never really did anything after Missing Persons. So, and Missing Persons had a very short run in the early 80s. So, yes, the show is in the main room. Yes, I liked it. I mean, really the first foray into making video games realistic was, I think, in television baseball. But the funny thing was, when you would hit a home run, it wouldn't go in the air like that. It would just go along the screen. Shane's a very nice guy. Yes, in the main vein. No. I mean, they're not going to interrupt the original room show for Holtzman's show, unless they changed it. I don't know. I just show up, man. So, are there hot comedy groupies? Tecmo Bowl, 100%. I remember I played with the Chicago Bears. Who was that kick return guy? Hester? He was unstoppable. Yeah, I don't know if that would be very good. Just me going. Who knows? Maybe I'd go viral. I did not catch COVID. I was sick before the parade. Oh, you mean the gay parade, like from 2 weeks ago? No, I think I just have. Oh wow, I love me some Art Bell. Yes, R.I.P. to Mel Bernstein, the dirty cop in Scarface, the great character actor Harris Yulin. I told him, Tony, it made no sense whacking you when we had you working for us. I'll be sad when Ernie dies. Ernie, you want a job? Hey, man, you got the job. Name someone who has hair plugs or a toupee. That would be Jeremy Piven. Yeah, I mean, Giorgio Moroder in the 80s. Few better. In the first hour, we'll talk about if the grass is greener for Earl's exes. It ain't. It really ain't. But, I'm sure they would say differently. And then when the lights go down and the recording stops, they realize it ain't. Yeah, I got some gray hair. But, for 56, my hair's pretty brown. Any funny breaking glass window stories, street hockey, rocks? Is that what he says, Hasha? Lesson number 1. Don't ever estimate the other guy's greed. Lesson number 2, don't get high in your own supply. Of course, not everyone follows the rules. Connie Langus. Well, my exes lived a good life, with emphasis on the word lived. Did your dad, Mr. Skakel, own a Rolex? And he didn't, I don't think. It reminds me of a story, Gamboo. I saw my friend Harvey Slade at the racetrack, and I'd seen him a couple months earlier, and he told me he stopped drinking. So I saw him at the racetrack, and he was drinking. I'm like, Harvey, you told me you stopped drinking. He's like, I did. But I didn't say I'd stop lying. Hey-oh. I'll only tell you this once. Don't ever fuck me, Tony. You know that guy, what was his name? Alex Renard. He died of AIDS, I think in 89. Probably had it while filming Scarface. What up, Kushim? I have a presidential Rolex Gold. Love it. Nicest watch I have is a Breitling. Submariner. Do you like fish tacos? Hello. Visual aids. I got hit in the head with a film projector. Man, Gretzky kind of looks like B. Arthur now. It's kind of a bummer. JJ Best on tires. Go. I don't know. Casios are cool. Listen, I have a couple Casios that are really nice. They basically look like Rolexes. So, Seiko. I have some nice Seiko watches that if I were to tell you without letting you get up close to them, hey, this is a Breitling, you wouldn't like. Of course, the most valuable watch I have, in my mind, is my mom bought me a Tag Heuer, I think in like maybe 94, and I still have it. Hello. My favorite is Jerby's. I don't know what that means. Kip Smith. Did you ever lose a watch? To an ex or in your ex? No, I don't believe I have. Tony Click-Clack is a Casio, but he thinks he's a Rolex, but he's a cockblock. Dr. Nova coming in with some Boone Shakalaka reference to Tony Hinchcliffe. Well, aside from Shane. But what's Gerbies? I don't know what that means. Hey, Cushion, you guys are trying some humor tonight. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button, kiddies. Who knows? Maybe we'll get some bots coming in and pumping the numbers up, baby. I mean, the stream I did after the bot stream only had 185 people. So, and the stream before the bot stream was 187. So, Earl, these... Oh, okay. I've never watched the show, to be honest with you. What up? What up, Wayne Fraser in the house? Okay, what network is Tires on? I'll have to give it a look. Yeah, I mean, there's some really, what was it? I have another watch. It starts with a T. You know, but my big Breitling, I think I have 2 Breitlings. I have one Omega that's very nice. And when I have a big show at the Comedy Store, I have 2 Tag Heuers, but that's not the one. Tissot. That's the one I'm thinking of. Tissot. Yes, Tissot, or maybe it's Tissot. Those are nice. And then the majority of my watch collection is like high-end Casios, I guess you'd say. But he made it burst out of pocket and sold to Netflix. I mean, that's the way to do it. I mean, that was the problem with Roast Battle. Like, Moses created it. I would say me and him and maybe 1 or 2 others helped formed what it would become, and then Jeff and Comedy Central came in and ruined it. You gotta have creative control. So I don't have any Texas Instruments. That's old school. So yeah, you gotta creative control. I think that's what the Workaholics guys had. Was Adam Devine. He, I think, had creative control. I have seen William Zoom in the last stream. He was providing valuable feedback into why the numbers were so good. We need to get Earl a neti pot. I don't know what that is. Wayne. R.I.P. Cumtown versus Tom Myers. See, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what Cumtown is, to be honest with you. I'm sorry, I'm not hip with all the feuds in the Dabbleverse. And, you know, I apologize for not knowing everything about the Dabble world. Wash out your sinuses. I'm trying, baby. It's not easy. And I know it's disgusting me blowing my nose during the stream, but, you know, give me a break. I'm doing a stream. I'm not 90%. So enjoy what I'm giving you, you son of a bitch. I mean, I just think I never get the sneezies, and the last 2 days I've been sneezing nonstop. I think tomorrow I'm going to take a hot sauna with, they put salt in the air, and it's supposed to clear out your sinuses. Chad will be doing Dabbleverse shows by Wednesday. They're too valuable. He stirs the drink in the Dabbleverse. You know. Yeah, I might try some Vicks. I might go to Rite Aid before they lock everything up. Yeah, I mean, I took a hot sauna. Hello, Earl. Rudy Baga in the house. I took a hot sauna the other day, and then I did a cold plunge. That really helped. Hot Sonia. Hey-o. The Dabbleverse TB is a dark corner of the internet. Are you watching the final? Fucking Marchand? Yeah, that was a great goal he scored, man. I mean, Marchand's the real deal. People may not like the guy. He's the real deal, Holmes. Is Vic your boyfriend? Hey, no, I'm straight edge, baby. I did a hot spa and cold plunge in New Zealand recently. It was epic. Vicks on the feet with socks on at night. Tip top Magoo. Yeah, I'm gonna. But apparently, when you take this sauna, they put like sea salt in, and so you breathe in the sea salt. So I'm gonna try that tomorrow. See how I feel tonight at the Comedy Store. And, you know, I'm all about experimenting. I would go in the sauna tonight at my gym, but there's so much activity in that steam room. It's nasty, dude. I mean, no, there's no way, Wayne. No way Bennett is going to leave Florida. No state income tax. So if he gets 10 million in Florida or 10 million in Toronto, it goes a lot more in Florida. I mean, if people think the Kings are going to go after Bennett, Bennett is not leaving Florida. Why would you leave? Let's say they win the Stanley Cup, 2-time Cup champions, and they're probably willing to give you what you want. Marchand, Ekblad. I mean, Ekblad might go because he's a little long in the tooth, but I would think they would try and bring back this whole team. And the fourth line, you could just fucking have anyone on the fourth line. Sexual activity, Ross, to be completely honest with you. I know, I do love Connie Lingus. That's definitely... Susan Anton, when I lived next to Stallone, that's who he was dating, Susan Anton. She's pretty hot. Yes, I'll be like Izzy in Miami Vice when he had the sniffles. You talking baseball now? I wouldn't be very good as a baseball stream. I don't know a lot about the current baseball scope. So I hate to disappoint you, but we will not be talking baseball. I do like that song. What's that song? I'm talking baseball.
Let's go explore. Give me a core.
Campanella talking baseball. The Whiz Kids had won it. The 27 Yankees had done it. What was it? I forget that song. Connie Lingus. Isn't that what Blue Iris? Oh, come on, man. We don't talk about Blue Iris's snatch in here. It's a real deep cut, by the way. I remember visiting Blue Iris in the hospital, and the nurse, there was like a line of people to visit her, and the nurse was like, who is this person? And, oh shit, Wayne Frazier sent 5 gifted memberships. Everyone thank Wayne. Although I did like the closing credits of This Week in Baseball when they would show Dave Parker's All-Star throne. Hold on, I'm going to take some Advil, man. Time, you guys talk amongst yourselves. And thank Wayne for his generosity. Now, I don't like to eat on camera, so anyone know what 12 inches and wide? Not a goddamn thing. I'll answer questions off the air. Why do rabbits have quiet sex? Because they got cotton balls, eyeballs. That's pretty funny. Big pussy, what is it, Dr. Nova? Big pussy will bite you, but a little pussy will never hurt you. Hello. Dr. Nova knows what time it is. Hello. You guys are a fun bunch. 2-0, Florida Panthers. 17 minutes left to go in the third. What up, Williamson? ACDC was just asking about you. I'm trying. I know. Lois is chilling right now. Raspberry blue lemonade, for the record. It's got a lot of vitamin C, some B12, some biotin for the hair. But what was that? I'm talking baseball. Klazuski, Campanella talking baseball. The Babe and Bob fella, or something like that. I haven't heard that song in quite a minute. I was caught up in the middle of the parade. It wasn't that bad. I mean, West Hollywood's very anti-Trump, so there were some pretty funny signs, to be honest with you. What was the guy's name? Terry something? I'm talking baseball. Klazuski, Campanella talking baseball. The Babe and Bob fella. I can't remember. I only do karaoke to the Click 5. Oilers look a little flat. I think the flight from Florida definitely did not do them well. And now they got to go all the way back to Florida. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with the Edmonton Oilers. No, I don't think it's Terry Cashman. Or maybe it was. Hold on. You guys know me. When I have something in my head, I have to do it. Harry Cashman. Oh, you're right. Interesting. Interesting. You can thank Wayne Fraser. Let's get the lyrics. The Whiz Kids had won it. Bobby Thompson had done it. And Yogi read the comics all the while. Rock and roll was being born. Marijuana we would scorn. So down on the corner, the national pastime went on trial. We're talking baseball. Glazewski, Campanella talking baseball. The Man and Bobby Feller. The Scooter, the Barber, and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Well, KC was winning, Hank Aaron was beginning, one Robbie going out, one coming in. Kiner and Mitch Cadell, the Thumper and Mel Parnell, and Ike was the only one winning down in Washington. We're talking baseball. Glazewski, Campanella talking baseball. The Man and Bobby Feller, the Scooter, the Barber, and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey, and the Duke. Now my old friend the Bachelor, well, he swore he was the Oklahoma Kid, and Cookie played hooky to go and see the Duke. And me, I always loved Willie Mays, those were the days. Well, now it's the 80s, and Brett is the... Oh, this is some fake... Never mind. 3-0, Florida Panthers. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll give you backdoor access. Hello. I just saw Garrett Morris at the Hollywood signing. There's that song, Talking Baseball, was big in the 80s. Hello, Furbo, from Italy. Stuttgart. Get oil on that back door. Tell me about it, Kavanaugh. All right, this game could get wild if the Panthers score another one. If we get to about the 5-minute mark and it's 3 or 4-0, I expect Edmonton to... Hold on, let me look up Pac-Man Fever. I can sing that song. Hold on. We're just a fun stream. Garrett Morris, I used to do his comedy club. He probably gave me the best intro I've ever had in stand-up. When he was bringing me up on stage, he's like, this is my favorite comic ever. And then he just stared at me. I'm like, Earl. He forgot my name. But yet, okay, here we go. I'll try and sing a little Pac-Man Fever for you, but I don't know. It's not that long. Actually, it is a pretty long song. I'll just sing the first part. I got a pocket full of quarters and I'm headed to the arcade. I don't have a lot of money, but I'm bringing in everything I made. I got a callus on my finger and my shoulder's hurting too. I'm gonna eat them all up just as soon as they turn blue. 'Cause I got Pac-Man fever, it's driving me crazy. I'm going out of my mind. I've got all the patterns down up until the 9th key. I've got Speedy on my tail and I know it's either him or me. So I'm heading out the back door and in the other side. Gonna eat the cherries up and take them all for a ride. That's kind of homoerotic. Ooh. Karaoke time. I don't have a girlfriend. No, I'm not feeling Rick D's. All right, 3-1. 3-1. The game ain't over yet. Damn, it's Connor McDavid's first goal of the series. Rick Dees, the great Rick Dees, one of the great Los Angeles DJs in the 80s. Damn, McDavid's good. It is a dish towel, to be honest with you. I was a retarded kid. We don't use the Riri word in here. Oh, I thought Dr. Demento was dead. I like that guy he used to bring on. He kind of discovered this guy, John Valby. If you've ever seen the Tom Cruise movie Losing It, he was the piano guy in the bordello. Knock, knock. Who's there? I said, knock, knock. Who's there? Eisenhower. Eisenhower who? Eisenhower late for the gangbang. Oh, yes, I am. Maybe I should get a radio show on Sirius. Interview comics. Just fuck around. Get paid for it. Connie Lingus. Kiss FM in the mornings with Rick Dees. I think the coach, Charlie Wright, was the sports guy. I think some blonde was the weather person. What up, Hi-Fi Protege? I would love to do a show on Sirius. Yeah, but I'd love to have like a producer and so I could just handle being funny. Do you wanna bring your mother to the gangbang? Oh, yes you do. It's been a long time since she's had a screw. When she was younger and in her prime, she used to gangbang all the time. I saw John Valby once in Brentwood. It was weird. He was playing some bar on a Sunday night. Well, high school punks come over the border. Their wallets get thin, their dicks get shorter. Hey, Baribo. Well, I know a senorita. Her name is Roxanne. She uses a tortilla as a diaphragm. It's like, what is this guy singing about? Yeah, well, I got to make money before I start hiring people. That's the beauty of this stream, is it's free to put out. I just hit live and bang. Earl, do you vouch for Tony Mazer? I'm wondering if he's good or not. I don't really know him, to be honest with you, ACDC. I only know him through chat, so seems like a nice guy. You know, I don't like vouching for people I don't really know all that well, but how do you not know of Bird and McDonald? They sang X-rated songs and have 3 or 4 albums toured. I know Joe McDonald, the obese sports guy who died of a Reinhardt scores 4-1. 4-1 Edmonton is losing now. I remember LA, one of my first, I don't think I've ever talked about this in here. Yeah. Well, each comic, we're only doing 7-minute sets. I mean, I haven't done 7 minutes in I mean, when I closed out the Comedy Store, I'm doing a minimum half hour, so. But one of my first, we're not doing any David Allan Coe stuff in here. One of my first comedy influences was a radio guy by the name of Jim Healy. Look up Jim Healy radio show. And he was a guy who had he had a 5:30 show every Monday through Friday. And he had sources all over. So he was doing a mock newscast. So he knew the bartender at the Bel Air Hotel. So It's kind of like a sports gossip show. So, if Steve Garvey was with a mistress at the Bel Air Hotel, Jim Healy the next day would go, Dateline, Bel Air, California, Steve Garvey at the bar last night with a pretty blonde, not named Cindy. And he'd do like some sound effects. It was just really funny. So this game could get a little rough toward the end. I have a feeling Edmonton's going to get frustrated. So I think the next game is, what would it be? They travel tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, I think. So can you lip sync Jeff Healy radio show theme song? I don't. Wasn't that the blind guy from Roadhouse, Jeff Healy? That would be funny. That'd be very. That would be very. How would you say? Andy Kaufman to do something like that. Yes, the great Jeff Healy from Roadhouse. Oh, probably William. But it was just funny. Like, you guys have probably heard the. When Dave Kingman against the Dodgers had like, I don't know, 3 home runs and 10 RBIs, and Lasorda was pissed. And after the game, the sports reporter, who I believe is still the Yankees PA announcer, asked Lasorda, "What'd you think of Kingman's performance?" And the next 5 minutes, Lasorda went on this profanity-laced tirade. So Jim Healy, like he would, when someone had a big game, like Dateline, Inglewood, California, Wayne Gretzky had 3 goals and 2 assists as the LA Kings beat the Hartford Whalers 5-2. Gee, I wonder if anyone asked the Whalers coach after about Gretzky's performance, and then he'd play the Kingman tape. It was really funny. I'm kind of underselling how funny it was, but check out the Jim Healy radio show. That's Healy. I know there's a few different ways too, and there's some clips of his radio show to get a better idea of why it was so funny to me. And he would really go out of his way to make athletes look like idiots. Like there was this one soundbite of Benoit Benjamin, the Clippers center, saying, "I don't give a shit about the fans." And so anytime Benoit Benjamin did something, like had a good game, had a bad game, Jim Healy would be like, "Gee, I wonder what Benoit thinks about the fans last night. I don't give a shit about the fans." It was it's funny. At least it was funny to me. I had a something called Radio Shark where I would tape all the Matt Drudge radio shows, and I can't find those files, but Matt Drudge was another one that a little Jim Healy like, but with politics instead. We'll go another 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes before I've got to do some errands and take care of business. All right, 4-1, 7 minutes and 40 seconds left. Florida Panthers out shooting the Edmonton Oilers 18-16. Connor McDavid scored his first goal of the series a few minutes ago, but then the Panthers answered right back with Sam Reinhart. Best live on YouTube here. Yes, you need a dish towel sponsorship. 100%. I need a towel sponsorship. Yes, best live. Well, I've got some stuff to do tonight, so it really will be 5 minutes. But I always like to give more than I get. So, yeah, Matt Drudge had Well, the funny thing about Drudge was that he's gay, but his fan base is heavily conservative. And I don't think at the time they knew he was gay. So he'd get some pretty homophobic calls. And he would troll his calls, like kind of like Art Bell does, you know, or did. And the best thing was Drudge and Art Bell were back to back, at least on LA radio. Whoa. I'm hearing F you, you bastard on the TV now. So Edmonton is starting to get a little unglued, I think. Yes, he was the original Milo. But Matt Drudge was kind of like Jim Healy, where he had sources everywhere. So if you were a senator married and you were with someone not your wife at a restaurant or hotel, Drudge would have the scoop. Game 6 is Tuesday at 5 p.m. Drudge was the king of media at one time. You'd see that homepage everywhere in every office in media. Great radio show, too. Used to air on WLS on Sundays. Yeah, I mean, Drudge aired for me on KFI 7 to 10 p.m. Then it would be Art Bell from 10 to 2. And then, strangely enough, Bill Bennett. And that was my Sunday night. I would just sit and write jokes and listen to these things. Now, the interesting thing was, who did the Oilers go with in goal for Game 6? Not that Pickett's played bad, but he hasn't played great. Hey-oh. You guys, Newsom must be talking to Soros. I'm telling you, it's a wrap. Newsom's going to be the next president. Yeah, Doug McIntyre was good. I'm trying to think who else. In LA radio. LA radio, there was Al Rantel was funny. He was another kind of a Drudge-like gay conservative. He was really funny. Poor Man, you know. K-Rock had some funny DJs, you know. Blade, Richard Blade. I saw him at that autograph thing last week. Get your mom. Well, my mom's been dead for 26 years, so it's going to be tough to get her to cover for me. Yeah, Jet the Fish, there's Charlie Tuna, Fraser Smith, beloved comedy, LA comedy person still. I mean, Richard Blade was, you know, he was like Casey Kasem. I mean, you know, what I did like about Richard Blade was, you know, he made it about the artist, not necessarily about him. So there's so many, there were so many LA guys, Mark and Brian, and then Howard Stern just killed them. 100% Dr. Nova. I've got to agree with you there. I'm trying to think who else in LA radio. So many. Jim Ladd. Yeah, the pirate radio guys. I remember when pirate radio first came on board. They literally would play Born to Be My Baby by Bon Jovi like 2 times an hour because that's all they had. So, here comes McDavid. Whoa! Kind of a weird hop there. So we'll go a few more minutes. We'll go to the end of the hockey game. So I will be giving you Oilers pulling the net, pulling the goalie. with 4:50 left to go. I mean, you never know. I mean, hit the post. Oilers coming on. It's a battle. We got a battle here. Here comes Bouchard. Ekholm. Back to Bouchard. Back to Ekholm. Oh. Marchand. Remember that Joe and Uncle Stinky show? I do not. Dusty Street. Long Paul. Of course, KNAC, if you were a true metalhead. I think you had Thrasher was a popular DJ on KNAC. I wasn't a huge Spaceballs fan. Crazy, you'd think I would be, but Kay West, she's a funny comedy store comic. Hello. But I don't think that's who you're referring to. Yeah, I mean, KNAC was huge. I mean, those concerts in Long Beach were all sponsored by KNAC. Like K-Earth 101. I don't even remember really much about Spaceballs. It just, I don't know, for some reason it just didn't do it for me. But, that's fine. I can't like everything. KMET, yes. I think Fraser Smith was on KMET and KLOS. Some movies just grab you and some don't. Oh, there's Lois. 94.7 KMET. Jay Thomas was big on Power 106. I'm trying to think, and then the Ryan Seacrest types started to come in and take over. Tom Likas, Likas 101, if you liked that. I mean, he was kind of doing a shock jock, Stern type stuff. Caddyshack 2 might be the worst sequel ever. Yeah, I did not know Bird McDonald. And then you had AM radio was awesome for sports. Lee Hacksaw Hamilton, the Mighty 690. But I remember the Mighty 690 when it was a music station. It was very rare to have a music station on AM radio, but it was the 80s. I'm not a huge Artie Lang fan, to be honest with you. I don't know who they are either, Connie Legis. This game could get real ugly. Hopefully the Panthers will score an empty netter and then let the shenanigans ensue. Oilers have put Pickard back in the net, but he's at about the hash marks. He's ready to rock and roll. And the Edmonton Oiler crowd is incredibly silent right now. Pickard off the ice. We now have a 6-on-5 for the Oilers. 4-2. 4-2. We got a ball game here. We also have a Lois signing right there. She's camera ready. I have been Swiffering my floors because this one has dirty feet. She probably does have to pee, so we'll handle that in a minute. 2:48 left. 4-2 Florida Panthers. Lois will handle her business at the appropriate time. Florida out shooting Edmonton 18-17. Corey Perry with another goal. I mean, ten goals in the postseason for Corey Perry. He is he's the real deal. She was about due to be woken up. All right, Pickett's out of the net again. 2:22 left to go in the game. 6-on-5, Edmonton Oilers. Whoa. Perry almost scored again. All right, we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes left. Bobrovsky handles the puck, a rare occasion for that. No, it wasn't. That was a false intel. It wasn't Bedard's. I know. I had inside sources. It wasn't Bedard's mom. It was the Blackhawks social media person. You know, who like runs their Instagram and TikTok and stuff. Yeah, I'm just not a Artie Lang fan. I'm not like a hater. I just I don't know. Not a fan. 1:39 left. 4-2 Edmonton Oilers. Shots all tied up at 18 apiece. The Oilers have called a timeout. So, yeah, I mean, and you know if you're on the opposing team, you chirp Perry with that. Like, if I were playing against Corey Perry, I'm like, hey, you fuck anyone's social media director lately? Bitch. You know, nothing's off limits. It's like when Matthew Tkachuk was asking Evander Kane if he needed any money. Yeah, well, thank God it's only 7 minutes tonight. I'm going to have to take some Vicks Vapor Rub for sure. And thank you guys for, 100% on that, Wayne Fraser. All right, empty net. Fans are getting a little into it. The Oilers have been the comeback kids. But, at some point, you can't come back every game. Hey, hit the like and subscribe button, pretty please. Earl, will you sit in the crowd to watch Holtzman? I probably will, to be honest with you. I haven't seen him since I did his show at the Mothership. So, nice save by Bobrovsky there. All right, empty netter, 5-2. You stealing jokes again? I never steal jokes. That's one thing you'll learn about me. Daddy don't steal jokes. All right, we got a minute 19 left. It's 5-2, so I expect some message sending to be done. It'll be interesting to see who the Oilers and Panthers put out in the final minute and a half. Yes, Holtzy will bust. The Panthers put out Greer number 10 and Gadjevic, so they are preparing for something. Whoa. Trent Frederick out there in the final minute. We'll talk later, Hi-Fi Protege. There's going to be something going down in the final 56 seconds. I can feel it. Ever cry on stage? No, I never did. Skinner and Pickard. It'll be interesting to see who's in net on Tuesday in Florida. South Florida. Link Gates. The missing link. That's the best quote in hockey history when the Minnesota North Star GM Lou Nanne said, I drafted Mike Modano in the first round to save the franchise. I drafted Link Gates in the second round to save Mike Modano. And I drafted a lawyer in the third round to save Link Gates. All right, let's see if any shenanigans happen here. Doesn't look like it. And the Panthers just dump it in. 34 seconds left. What's up, Big Bones Jones? Just watching. Here we go. Here we go. Janmark trying to get Kachuk to fight. Here we go. Here we go. Little scrum happening here. I had the Panthers in 6. All right, the game is over. Game is over. And so is the Earlverse stream tonight. Lois is a very smart dog. That's a fact, Jack. So, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I mean, listen, the series isn't over, you know. The Oilers have the 2 best players in the game, McDavid and Draisaitl. So, you know, it's now it's a 2-game series, you know. So, but Florida just, you know, they had a bad game last game, and they just bounced back, you know. They can play any type of game you want. You want to play rough, they can play rough. You want to play speed game, they can play speed game. So, and 100% ACDC. Thank you, Wayne. Knock it out of the park tonight. Yes, 100% SCVID show. Earl Skakel in the Earlverse logging out. Who knows? Maybe I'll do a live stream from backstage with Holtzman and the boys.